We are back here diving into some more drama thanks to the goat Zivi. And this time we have Onision. I have heard of this name, but I don't know anything slightly about this, so I'm very, very excited. With that being said, though, if you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to join BRB today. And of course, check out Patreon. Yeah, that's all I got for the intro.
Yeah, check out the Patreon with only like some schmuckaroonies a month if you feel like you are able to. You can check out our Patreon where we have one exclusive podcast per week, as well as early access to our regular podcast as well, and our reactions to Game of Thrones, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut. So it's pretty freaking awesome. I hope you check it out.
See nudes.
Okay, you don't see those. Please don't false advertise.
So you see naked people.
Oh, actually, you do
on
see
the
naked
Patreon.
people. No, you do. That's true. That's actually true. Game of Thrones, yeah.
And it's a bit basically nudes, but it's like a video
it's
format of them.
Softcore?
Not us.
None of us.
Unless you want to. Unless you're
If
ready
you
to
want
pay
to,
for
Don's
it.
available. Anyways.
Hey, I'm not strong enough. Sorry, all right, let's go.
So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Code word for today, so we know you did not skip that intro, is
Slong.
schlong. Let's get into it.
On the worst YouTubers in existence, like the weirdos. Which brings us to Onision, who, listen closely when I say this, is a criminal. Why is he a criminal, you ask? Well, let me explain. For those of you that don't know, Onision was this huge YouTuber back in the day who had a primarily younger audience. That's important. Now, the content Onision made was like weird, edgy humor. But see, Onision had a problem. He didn't understand what I like to call the weirdo YouTuber principle. Yes, I just made that up. See, the closer you get to strange, like edgy type humor, chances are the younger your audience is gonna be. But when that audience starts getting older, the more they're gonna kind of get over you and be like, yo, this dude's just a weirdo. Now, let's get a little deeper into what I mean by weirdo content, because it's gonna set this story up perfectly. So back in the day, Onision used to say, hey, look, to all of my viewers that are girls, send me pictures of yourself and I'm gonna rate you on a scale of 1 to 10. He had a whole series on this where he would just go in on these girls, and they were younger. Now, if you're thinking, well, why would they send him the pictures in the first place? Then wisdom is chasing you, but you are faster. Because like I said,
Damn it, Steffi. Damn it.
You are faster.
I love this man. Damn
they
it.
were young.
Oh, by the way, link to the description is the original video, so go support Zebby as well, man.
And what do you do when you're younger? Things that are ill-advised. They were seeking validation from their favorite creator, but he would rip them apart. Now, this is the first step of when his audience started saying, okay, dude, whoa, you're taking this a little too far. And here's what's special about Onision. For the last YouTubers I was telling you about, usually they make an apology and they basically be begging for forgiveness. It could be a fake apology, but regardless, it's an
The one on the left is the one who cried without tears. When I told you guys about that one, I said there's one YouTuber in her apology where she cried without tears. She kept wiping her eyes like she was having tears, but she had none.
Oh, we need to do our apology.
Our apology
the best apologies,
list.
right?
We still gotta do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be so fun to do today. We should do that today.
That'd be a long one, I feel like.
It would be a long one.
Yeah, I feel like we got, next week
we're gonna find every single one. You know, we can't.
I'm sure there's a compilation video.
Oh.
You know what? I'll take time to look into that for us. Don't worry, I'll look into that one because I love drama. I love the tea, bitch. I'll put the effort in for that one. Don't worry, I got you.
an apology. This guy would be like, yo, I'm not wrong. I'm not apologizing. You're the problem. And well, remember, he's a popular YouTuber, so his fans coming to his defense saying, yeah, you're the problem. He's not wrong. He's not doing anything wrong. They want to send him the pictures. It's all good. Well, let's get to the next thing he starts doing. He starts making a series of this girl that has an eating disorder, just making fun of her. People like,
yeah, so Eugenia is still actually a content creator to this day, and her eating disorder is really bad still to this day. And her mom kind of enables it. And it's really sad to see because she did get professional help for eating disorder, right? But then she lives with her mom and her mom kind of uses her for the money. And the mom kind of enables the fact that she has an eating disorder because they monetize it. But the sad part is that her personality is really great. So it's like a really, really sad situation to see because she herself is like a lovely person based on what I've seen of her. She was really popular back in the day because she had like the perfect scene look. She still does that to this day. She still does like cosplays and stuff once in a while, and she still streams. So
Damn, that sucks as
sad.
well, because like they don't even know like how bad it is.
yeah, like she keeps like trying to justify. She goes, I do eat, like I do blah blah blah, but it's like no, like she goes, yeah, even my mom checks in, and I'm like, your mom's not doing enough. Like, and then like you know, and like eating disorders are terrifying, right? Because they can like tarnish your relationships with people. People will try to help you, but if you relapse, they'll like blame you. Like she has definitely like a rocky road, but like making fun of her feels really fucked up. And a lot of people do make fun of her because she's, you know, she's like a twig figure, but it's like, dude, like it's not fair. Is she like if she was a piece of shit and looked like that, maybe, right? Maybe. But it's like she's really not. Like I've still kind of like kept up with her a little bit just because I don't know, she was just very sweet whenever like I saw her, and yeah, kind of sad. But she does average quite a nice viewership still.
Damn, really? To this day?
Yeah, she like
this is like 2010s YouTuber.
Yeah. She's like been around for a little over a decade now. She was like really known on like Tumblr and shit back then too. Yeah, the last stream I saw her do, she was averaging about like 1.7k viewers. So she was doing pretty okay on Twitch. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower. But I thought I hit play.
Like, bro, now you come on, bro. He comes out with the video saying, okay, that was a little much. My fault. He continues the series, just making fun of her eating disorder, just video after video after video. I told you this is weirdo, right? People are like, but why though? Onision said, why?
Hey, yeah, that's insane.
Just because. Now it eventually gets to a point where it starts tipping. You know that personality.
Damn it. Just because.
It's a Tuesday, come on.
Oh my god.
Constantly will make fun of someone over and over again, and everyone at a certain point be like, all right, bro, you're kind of being weird. He finally got that sense, and he said, all right, y'all, maybe I took things a little too far. I'll stop making videos about it because I'm making videos about someone else. Yeah, he starts making videos about his new relationship. All right, no big deal, right? Okay. It's relationship content where someone shows the ups and downs of a relationship. People give them a ton of views. And just like other relationships, Onision's relationship has its ups and then it has its downs. He's filming everything they're doing. Remember what we said in that other video? These weirdo YouTubers, a common trend they have is they will film everything no matter what for the sake of content. They don't understand the boundaries that you and I probably understand.
Oh, so real. I mean, the prime example that we saw recently was Johnny Somali. That filmed his crimes. Huh?
Smart. Yeah.
I was thinking of the guy that crashed his car.
Oh, Jack Doherty. Yeah,
I was thinking of him.
You know what? There's a lot of dickheads who be filming just all their crimes and all their bullshit.
Yeah, sadly.
Oh my god.
He says, look, me and homegirl are getting a divorce. People go, oh, that's so sad. He goes, yup. And I gotta pay her money? People go, what you mean? He like, yeah, me and that girl got a divorce and now they're asking me to pay her some money. People go, oh yeah, that's like alimony payments. After you get a divorce, you pay that. He goes, no, that's called slavery. Yeah, so Onision goes off on his
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on, I want to read what this says. Hold on one second. Let me read this. December 2010. I requested a divorce from my wife. January 2011, I began giving my ex money to help her survive as we originally agreed. But she later decided she wanted more than what I was already giving her. So she pursued me legally. April 2011, I began alimony payments. April 2017, my final alimony payment. No more will I have to work and see anything I've earned given away to someone I left 6 years ago. I am free. And then the tweet itself said, I'm glad it will soon be over and I can finally truly be free.
Yeah,
free at last! I am free at last! Badass.
What's alimony payment again? That's where you pay your significant other for the divorce or something like that.
Yeah, just like payments like monthly for like, you know, so when you split assets after a divorce, it's like in the true way of splitting, you can also like have alimony payments so it's over time rather than being hit massively at once. Or if you're like the
so
higher
because he had
earner.
more assets, he had to pay his ex-wife.
Yeah. Like that's usually like, because you have to split 50-50 after the divorce because you have combined assets, right? And that's why you get a prenup. But also, prenups are good for other situations too, though. Prenups are not just only about division of assets. They're like also.
Oh yeah.
You can also do like
It's a bit different in the UK. I don't think prenups really work in the UK. I read something like that. I can't give you the full information, but
yeah, well, there's like
it's not like it is in America. I'm sure there's something else to it, but yeah.
Wait, for your prenups, they're not legally binding? Like what What do you mean?
It's something like that. It's. I can't remember. I'd have to research it and get back to you. But what I remembered, I was like, yep, that's why I'm not getting married. I didn't ages ago though.
I think prenups
man.
are a great thing in general. Not just for like division of assets, but because it also handles a lot of other external like issues, right? So for example, like if you want it so that you limit the money you give to like external family members, you can limit that in like your agreement prior to getting married, so you never have to fight about that. So it's like any issue that you would want resolved before the marriage even starts, you can have it resolved already preemptively. Like imagine like you got like an uncle who wants like 25,000 for some shit. Like one can't just sneak behind the other one's back because it's illegal to do that now because you signed a prenup. So you never have to worry about some stake, right?
Yeah.
So like just stuff like that can help. Also your will, you can make it so that like you have your will tied into it. That way no one can like fuck with your stuff, and like issues like that are preemptively determined. Or if you get ill, that could also be determined in your prenup as well to help like just the litigation factor of what you want done, and it's all set it for you. Yeah. So there's a lot of benefits to having one. There's also a thing called a post-nuptial. After you get married, you can also do that as well, which is more legal bullshit, where you can also agree to like have basically what the equivalent of a prenup is, but after you get married. They're usually a little less legally binding. People usually contest those.
Yeah, you wouldn't really agree to that one as much.
I probably just still wouldn't really get married.
Do you want to know what's
stay in a relationship.
insane?
It's fine.
What's insane?
Bro, in New Zealand, you just have to be in a relationship with the person for 2 years, and you are entitled to the same as if you were married.
Oh, facts. Oh, no.
Only 2 years.
Oh, facts.
Only 2 years.
Oh, you
Yeah,
were,
that
but
you
when
were
are
with
you-
her for how long?
When are you
too?
leaving New Zealand?
Oh, facts is in
bro,
New
I
Zealand.
was like 6 years.
That's insane.
Oh,
Bro,
facts.
like you, oh my
Yeah,
god,
no, that's
I'm
insane.
Are you still
my
making
friend
payments to
Reese-
her? Or do you have to pay? Do you have to make payments to her?
no. I would never spend a dime on that.
Oh,
Hey,
bless.
yo.
No, W. No. I'm with him on this. I don't. If you know backstory, we're with him on this. I know that we don't like to call women
I don't think I know
bitches, but also
backstory.
some deserve to be called bitches. I also call men bitches. All right, equivalents. Like we good.
Yeah, everywhere.
Bitches are bitches. That's all it is. Not about gender. It's about bitch activities. I get it.
My
You don't have to
my
tell me the deets.
Ooh, we
my
will.
friend just went through like his ex-partner cheated on recently, and they have a house and everything together, and
Oh.
because they weren't like married or anything, but they were together for like 3-4 years or whatever. So she could have like taken literally everything in existence from this man, even though he did a lot
Nothing
more
wrong.
There's no
financially.
infidelity clause that could help him.
Nope.
Men don't get supported.
I just don't get the whole no married. 2 years is insane.
Hold on,
2
Don.
years for you to not be married?
It's
bro,
a
my
combination of
brain is just
assets. So if
pissing
she
me off.
makes more, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to say.
But it just happens to be often enough that
Majority of the time is.
majority
Majority of the time, it's normally the men that have the majority of assets. I mean,
Except for me,
sometimes
because I
women.
make more than my man. So
Sometimes it's
I
women.
am the sugar mama.
The minority, but majority of the time it is men that normally have to pay a hefty amount, which is a shame.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I used to
can't we
make
just be
less
broke,
than
bitch?
I used to make less than my partner, and his parents brought up a prenup, and I was like, oh, I think it's a great idea regardless. And then I ended up making more, and everyone's still cool with it.
And then they didn't. Oh, they still want a prenup.
Yep. Because like
I
was
thought you were
kinda-
gonna be like, I thought
I
now
was
they
like,
don't
you
want a
know,
prenup.
I don't know because they don't know how much I actually make now.
Right, okay.
Compared to before, but they knew that I was kind of on my broke girl earlier on when I first started YouTube. Right? I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that's listen.
I think there's
We
a stigma.
rise.
There's a stigma around prenups where it's like it's
There
actually
is.
a really good thing. But when it's presented to somebody,
Yeah,
a lot of
it
people's in
sounds a
their
bit
mind, they're
contradictory.
like, people are like, oh my god, wait, you don't
You think we're
trust a
gonna break up?
relationship?
Yeah, you think it's gonna be
Like,
divorce?
you-
Yeah,
you
I'm
think
just
this is
like,
gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, for me,
Yeah,
it was like when it was brought up to me, I was like, oh, like it just makes sense legally. I get it. Like you want to have terms and agreements set, and if your parents feel
That's
more
all it is.
comfortable with that, that's no issue to me. Like I just had no contention. I was like, I get it. I was like, I'm broke. I get it. No, it's fine.
Yeah,
and then I
that's-
ended up making more, and I was
the-
like, well, if
the-
we're still on the same
the
page.
thing is, a lot of women don't have that mentality.
That's true.
A lot of women are not gonna be like, oh yeah, I understand that. A lot of women are gonna be like, what? No, I'm not doing a prenup. I'm like,
I mean,
okay,
a
I'm
lot
not
of them
getting
also
married.
have the expectation that like, what if we get divorced? But I don't really have that what if mentality. I was like always like, oh no, you're my life partner.
Shouldn't-
We're having kids. We're good. If we agree to get married, then that's it. But again, you know, different scenarios. Some people don't feel that confident in their relationships like I did. Like it's a whole.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I'm saying. It's
If
a
you have that
whole.
doubt in your mind, that's just chalked already, bro. Like if you already
Yeah.
think even slightly it's gonna happen, relationships.
I mean, not me, boy.
Also,
I
it's
don't
like
think you
back
need
when
to
I
be
just
married
didn't
to
have
be
money.
happy.
I was like, I just didn't want to screw over Rich if something did happen, right? Like that feels wrong
Yeah.
to me too. So
That's
it's
because
like,
you're a supportive woman. That's rare to find. It's like majority. Hey, not all women think like that. Most women, there's a rare few, but a lot of women are like, okay, that's how I trap him. Do you know what I'm saying? I can marry him for 2 years. No, but it's true. It's
he tries
true.
to
Like,
pull out and you put
he's
the
got
bear
money.
grip legs around him.
You try to pull out. They lean back a bit. You know what I mean? Knowing that you're about to bust. So that's how they trap with the kids. But with the marriage, it's like, okay, cool. I'll marry him for 2 years. Then I'll divorce him. I'm getting half his assets. I don't make as much money. I'm gonna leave with something unless you're Hakimi, who has all these assets in his mother's name, so therefore he doesn't have any assets, and then he didn't have to give nothing to his wife. W mans.
Yeah, like my assets and his are already like we've already started to merge, but all of it is documented. Yeah. Not because we don't trust each other, but just because it's like nice to keep checks and balances of what we do, right? Because we're financially savvy enough to understand how to properly like manage our assets, right? So like I don't know, it's weird because this is the healthiest relationship I've ever had in my life, and there's no other partner I've ever had this with. So I'm like, damn, right? Like this is rare because he has such great emotional maturity too. So
I mean, it's rare to come across someone who's that mentally matured to understand about prenups and understand they just want best for their man.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. Yeah.
That's the issue nowadays in this world. Everybody's just a bit greedy and really looks out for themselves and wants to focus on, oh, how could I benefit from this or that or this or, you know, it's just.
But now that I make more, it's like, it's still okay with him though. So it's like, you know what? I respect that. If he switched up though, the moment that I started making more and he didn't want it anymore, I'd feel sussed out. I'd be like, ooh. But no, he's like, he kept the energy. He was like, no, we felt that way before. We feel that way now. It's simple, right? I was like, good.
Yeah.
He cares about me.
I would have switched up.
Yeah. You would have switched up? You would have switched up? Oh my God. Oh my God, you motherfucker.
Give me 60%.
I would have been said, yeah, about that prenup though, darling. How about we just don't, you know? I'm not going to leave you. You're not going to leave
I
me.
love you so much. It's about the love.
Yeah, like,
right?
oh my God. And then you trap her. Get her pregnant.
I'm mad up.
So it's his ex-wife saying the court's ordering him to give her monetary value because of their divorce is basically slavery. Now, here's the thing. There's a
I forgot you said that.
reason why these laws are set up in the first place, and Onision is a perfect example. See, his wife was a nurse and he was doing YouTube. He was doing very well on YouTube, so he tells her to quit her job. She could have been at this point that she's married to him at a certain place in her job. You know what I mean? Like she's starting out as a nurse. She's married to him for like a few years. At a certain point, she can be like in a higher position. But she quit to support him through YouTube. So they're saying at all that time, she lost a lot of money. So Onision, you got to pay her what's due. But again, his audience is.
I do agree with that. Is that just me?
Slyly. Because at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean she's going to get promoted in 2 years. Like,
but regardless, she would have made...
You're kind of basing it off... Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to go back to like what the screenshot shows. $4,325 from his income would be given to her, right? And yeah, I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, if she was working full time, including benefits, right?
She won't make $4,000 a month.
She'd be making less than that. She'd be probably making closer to like...
A lot less than that.
Maybe like 1,600 every bi-weekly. So I would say closer to like three point something, right?
For a nurse.
Is alimony forever? Or is it just until you've paid whatever?
I'm not sure for this.
There's no way nurses are making $3,000 a month.
That sounds insane. I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, that don't. My sister works in the NHS. I mean, American nurses in UK, that's different, but they didn't make $3,000 a month.
This your higher up.
I got you 1 second.
I think
because I'm thinking, that's what I'm thinking.
Hold on, how much do you think a nurse makes a year?
Depending on what, where they
teachers.
Are we saying a basic nurse? Yeah, teacher's wage, maybe like 40, 50, maybe.
Right. So if someone makes $3,000 a year, how much do you think they make?
Minus tax. Yeah, but you minus the tax, though, right?
They make $36,000 a year based off of $3,000 a month.
Okay, then divided by 12 is wow. No.
Yeah. Guys, I don't think what? Hello?
But your tax isn't done for you though, right?
If you work for if you're in nursing, I believe that you get tax withheld on your paycheck as well as most industries. So you'll usually have your tax already withheld and then you still file your taxes. So you'll probably get a return. You'll get like a positive return rather than a negative one.
But then, okay, so let's say you're making, let's say, 40K. Well, how many what is the percentage of tax in, and this is not really important, but
That depends on their income bracket. But I would assume the lower end income bracket. Well, not the lowest end, but like the lower end. Sorry.
Because I would then say she's making roughly around 2,500 a month takeaway. I'll just say, I'll just say average.
Keep in mind,
if
we're doing like, if you make like 40K a year, right? Like between 36 to 40K a year, but you also have like benefits included. That's one of the huge parts about going into a line of work like nursing or full-time work is benefits, right? So that would include usually like your health insurance would be included. Not a good plan, but at least it's in there. And then you would also get like dental. You get like all these kind of like extra little things here and there per month budget as well, right? So usually you could put on a drug plan too. So like America's a little bit different because of how the benefits are such a massive weight for you to have as an individual because of how terrifying medical expenses are, right? Including drug expense. The UK is a little bit lighter on that because you guys have such great healthcare. So like worrying about that's like less of an expense, right?
Yeah, it's free.
So someone making 36 to 40K a year is a good money considering they have benefits as well, right?
Yeah. But then I'm more thinking, even if like I would obviously in UK, right, you could make 40K a year, but it doesn't mean you I don't know what.
Doesn't mean you keep 40K.
So, you know,
because
the taxes will take away from that.
Yeah, so your taxes are filed
Taxes done before you get your money in the UK. Yeah, so like you can make 40K, but your taxes are done. You will never see your taxes, if that makes sense. You don't file it yourself.
You guys have it done for you. Yeah. I mean, you guys have it done the way that it should be done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why why you have to do your own taxes when you work a 9 to 5.
Well, that's because we have a tax industry. So what happens is that they make taxes confusing to file, so that way they can make money off of us purchasing things to help us do our taxes. It also make money off of us for filing our taxes. It also make bonus money if we file our taxes wrong or delay. Yeah, it's a whole industry just to fuck us over. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Teach you taxes in schools.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, like literally North America's out here to fuck us. They're like, no, this is not like a positive place because they intentionally want to screw over like the average Joe. Because they know that the people who actually can afford money don't care about that because they have people filing it for them and they pay the industry. But it's like, what do you think about the small person? The small person shouldn't have to worry about that. The system
paying
is corrupt,
$4,000
my
a
love.
month is still insane. Like even because I don't think even if she was earning $3, you're still paying extra $1,300. For what? Because she could have potentially been somewhere else, or she could have made it a bit higher up in a couple years. I mean, and let's be realistic.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Here, let's actually look.
I don't know where facts was going. Did we say facts?
I was gonna say that because she left her job. Is that the reason it's so much? Like because. But
then would you not have paid the salary that she was
X amount of years? Or?
She was on.
Guys, we're super off. We're super off about nurses. We're super off. If she was an RN. So she's 3 to 4 years, right? Is how long? How long was she like not working?
Don't even know they mentioned.
Yeah, I don't think they mentioned.
The entry level is 56,000 a year.
Okay.
Really?
So she definitely deserves the 4K. And if she moved up to an RN, sorry, this is based off where I live. This is Canadian money. Okay, so like just knock off like.
Okay.
She was making 46,000. Let's just knock 10K off. 46,000 a year. Still, I guess 4K a month would be fine. And if she moved up in her position, even if she didn't. You just get increased bonus yearly, right? Or bi-yearly. Yeah. No, this makes perfect sense. And if she went to an RN nurse, 80K.
When you say 56,000 Canadian is 40,000 American.
It would be like, well, 56,000, I would say would drop down by 10K. So if it's 56,000, I would say it'd be like 46,000 instead.
No, it's 40.
You're looking at current time, buddy. This took place in like 2012?
2011.
2011? Yeah. So
2011.
Not the same. It'd be worth a little bit more back then.
Was the currency been different?
Our dollar's gotten weaker.
Yeah, fair. Oh, fair. You know,
Alicia, the economist is here.
Alimony. Yeah, fair. I mean, yeah, if she was earning that and then got fired.
And then left her job. And then you don't know how much, when you go back to work after taking years off, people don't want to hire you, even if you have workplace experience, because you took that much time off. So you're not keeping up to date with new things that have been implemented. It's hard. Jobs are hard, man. Jobs are not easy.
I suppose so. I suppose it would make sense that she gets that sort of money. Because personally, I'll be like, listen, she chose to leave her job herself. I just motivated her. Nah, I can't say that.
Because if I told Rich to leave his job to help me with YouTube, and then he wanted to go back to work, he'd be fucked over for taking that many years off of time. Yeah. Like his progression would be fucked.
There's gotta be a time limit, like on how long you pay this for. Because ain't no way Alimony on this shit be forever. Because she only left her job.
You just paused for a while. I thought your audio cut out. Sorry.
Yeah, he paid it from 2011 to 2017.
Yeah, 2017. So it ends. It ended.
Yeah, 2017.
But now he's complaining about it.
2017 it ended.
Yeah. So it was for 6 years. But then he stopped.
Okay.
for every month, $4,000 a month for 6 years.
Yeah, but how much is he making? It's fine.
Yeah, if that's only like,
Well, no, it doesn't.
10-20% or some shit, like he's good. He's good.
Oh my god, for someone as large as him back then, yeah, it's like nothing.
Oh, yeah, fair.
He's
fair,
fine.
Fair.
For what to
Before,
do.
like,
But again, his
restrictions
audience
and
is
shit,
mostly younger, so they're not understanding these concepts. They're just taking his word for it. She comes back to get her stuff.
Yeah, so he just constantly monetized. And then also he's got child viewers. When you got young viewers, these kids got nothing else to do with their time. You know, I was watching YouTube on my iPod Touch. I had nothing else to do with my time.
Did he have
some Minecraft
work
videos.
done? Is he just like, does his face look like botched Botox?
It does look like botched Botox. Yeah, he look ugly.
Is it just me right now? Like,
Yeah, that skin look way too tight around his face. I don't know what's happening. It's like pulled back. Yeah, it look weird.
I'm
know.
uncomfortable.
You know what? He makes me
Hey,
uncomfortable
yo.
too, bud. You know, handshakes all around.
Onision
Yeah.
filming the whole thing. She's taking stuff from my crib. She like, this is my stuff. He goes, she taking stuff from my crib. But this seems to be the end of the drama with his first wife for now. Because he needs to move on to more
First
drama
wife.
with his next relationship that again, he keeps making videos about. And this is when Onision starts showing his ass. One, that he's willing to film anything for content. And two, that he chases cupcakes. If you don't know what that means, then look in the comments. Now, how does he gain access to cupcakes? Well, remember I told you, his audience is primarily very young. So they hit him up. And while he's completely okay with his position of power over them, gets in a relationship. Now, one of these girls hits him up, says, I rock with your content and all that. He gets in a relationship with her, starts filming content. Now, it's all well and good until homegirl has a seizure. Remember I told you he starts showing his ass? He films the situation, saying,
my God.
OMG,
Oh my god! You
And
filmed her
uploaded it.
seizure? And
IGF forgot all about me. Well, that's because she had such a hard-induced seizure that she had memory loss. Bro setting up the camera, going over and be like, yo, you good? She's just like shaking and all that. He posts the video thinking it's gonna do numbers. People in the comments are like, yo, why didn't you call the police? He's like, I did call the police after I finished filming. People are like, bro, you gotta call the police.
after I finished, he's a psycho. Holy sh!
He's cooked.
Damn.
Rip.
That's not human behavior. Oh my god.
Immediately, he said, what?
Okay, so you definitely think like the previous girl definitely deserved $4,000 a month now, right? Like the previous girl, if she went through like this,
Nah,
You
she
know?
deserves more. The 4K
I don't know.
ain't
I
enough.
don't know if she had a seizure though. I don't think she was going through seizures.
okay,
so
but if he's that bad, you know what
know.
I'm saying? If he's that bad, imagine, right? Like he's.
He said,
I
well,
can
it
see
don't
why the
matter
divorce
anyway
happened,
because
I'll tell you
we're not in a
that.
relationship anymore. I'm moving on to my third relationship. And then people start getting even more annoyed at him. See, his audience is getting older. They're starting to realize, yo, okay, this dude is kind of weird. He going from girl to girl to girl, filming everything. Oh, and this next girl, she looked young as hell. Now, I lost track of how many relationships he had for content. So we're going to skip over to Kai. See, Onision gets in a relationship with someone named Kai, who's about to turn into his accomplice. Now, Kai and Onision express that they're cool with inviting other people into their relationships, right? Now, by the way, when I say Kai and Onision are in a relationship, they're in a relationship for like a really long time. Like, Onision's viewers really know Kai. Kai is like in the gang. Kai is a huge part of Onision's content. Now here's where it starts to get wicked. Enter Sarah. Sarah, like usual, is a fan of Onision's content. She hits him up, says, yo, huge fan. Kai begins to talk to Sarah. Now, it's like Sarah's first year of high school. She expresses how she has a really tough home life
How
to
old
Kai.
is high
She
school? What,
confides
15,
in him.
16?
Sarah and Kai end up being really, really close. So
14.
close that
Oh,
one day,
14. Okay.
Sarah says,
14.
look,
Oh my
my
God.
home life is really, really bad now. Kai says, yo, come on over to the crib. Now, at this point, Kai lives with Onision. Onision is cool with it, so Sarah comes over to the crib. People start seeing her in videos, but people start saying, yo, she looks young. Now, at this point, she's in her third year of high school, so people start commenting, dude, Onision, you gotta say something about this. Onision's like 30. Kai is like 20, early 20s or something like that. Yeah, Onision met Kai when Kai was super young too. So Onision has to address this. It's getting too much at this point for his fans. So Onision rages out and subsequently begins to show his ass. He starts saying, bro, Y'all are the weirdos, not me. He said, bro, Sarah, homegirl, she just stay here. We ain't do nothing. She just stay here. He says, and while I'm on the topic, y'all keep saying I chase cupcakes. And this is what he actually says next. He says, when's the last time y'all see me chase a cupcake? He says, yeah, they were technically cupcakes, but I'm 31 now. I'm a grown adult. Last time I did that, I was like 27. Stop playing. Sarah, she good. We looking out for her. Ain't
Oh, bitch. Oh my God. That's, oh.
Brother said last time I did that I was 27. Brother, that's 4 years ago.
He even said,
You're still a grown man.
Even that, he said, when's the last time I did it? Like, just saying, that's basically just saying I did it before. That's insane. Holy shit.
Ain't that right, Kai? Kai said, hell yeah. Here's where it starts to get wickeder. Sarah comes out saying, I'm not really good. Now, this is years later. She 18 at this point. Remember that trend that happens. People get older and they start realizing, oh, these guys are weirdos. She spills it all. She says, yo, they on another level. Sarah comes out and says, yeah, Onision was telling the truth. We ain't do nothing. Nothing happened until I turned 18. She said like 2 days after she turned 18, both Onision and Kai, well, her, Onision, and Kai started doing stuff. In fact, Kai and her were pretty much in a relationship. She says, but then her and Kai broke up because she did stuff with Onision when Kai wasn't there. Kai found out, got heated, cut it off. She says Onision is extremely controlling and extremely weird. Onision says,
oh my God, they groomed the out of that girl from age 14 all the way. Wait until she turned 18 so they could. Oh my God. Ugh.
Every other person he was in a relationship with starts coming out line by line saying he was weird. He was weird. He was weird. Onision says, his audience says, canceled. Onision says, no, wait. Onision just goes with they're all crazy. But all the girls are coming out with proof. Text messages.
Oh, we love proof. Oh, we love receipts. Oh, we love receipts. Yeah. I'll go through a list and you say yes or not okay to each. Okay. Tattoo. I'm a liar. Just above your not. Okay. Because I blanked to our basement wall for a week sign saying you're on your neck that says, I'm sorry for lying. Ugh. He like trying to get them to tattoo shit on their bodies and ugh, okay. Okay, video about how you lied to Lainey and how you're sorry and want her back. Yes or no? No. Okay, bye. You always go for public humiliation. It's public honesty. Grow up. Seriously though, goodbye. For the record, the chain to the wall thing is hot. Oh, chaining the person to the wall? Holy I totally did not. I thought it was like I thought it was like, oh yeah, chained to the basement wall for a week with a sign around your neck saying I'm sorry for. Okay, I thought they put a sign up on the wall. No, put the person on the wall with the sign around their neck.
Hey, yo.
Or get I'm a liar tattooed above probably their tits. Hey. Oh my God. Oh, he moving weird. Okay. I'm scared. I don't like reading this. Okay. Only saying that I only get to see my family 2 times an entire year. Unfair to me with all of my family. What? He's telling that they can only visit their family twice a year.
Yeah, okay.
Lainey only sees hers twice a year, but that's just because she doesn't feel the need. And you know, she FaceTimes them often, which you could do, but your answer is still no. So that's it. My family loves me a lot. Okay, but you need to see illegal something users more than twice this year. Got it. This 1 year is not worth you making up for violating the contract, lying to us again. He puts them on contracts.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Yo, yeah, this one is cooked.
And he's like, you can only visit your family twice a year. But you know, if you want to, you can FaceTime them. You just can't see them.
Weird things, controlling things. At this point, it's getting hot. Social media platforms all over are going, this isn't good. I'll tell you why they're thinking that in a second. So Onision leaks one of these girls' numbers. He says, yo, one of these people is saying I'm a bad dude. I'm not. He leaks her number. Patreon says, great. Ban him off the platform. Twitter bans him off the platform. No, we don't want nothing to do with this guy.
Good.
Other social media platforms, keep him on. That's their mistake. Again, I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Now enter this guy named Chris Hansen. For those of you that don't know,
that's right. That's where the story is going. This is the only part I know about it, is the Chris Hansen part, baby. That's right. T-Cat, to catch a predator. Chris Hansen himself. Dateline, NBC.
way back in the day, there was a show called To Catch a Predator. Chris Hansen would basically invite cupcake chasers over, say, gotcha, the police would arrest them, and then so on and so forth. So Chris Hansen makes a YouTube show, basically trying to continue what he did in the past, catching cupcake chasers. Okay. And as we've established, Onision's a cupcake chaser. So Chris Hansen hits up all these girls. He invites them on his YouTube channel. They're saying their experiences and all that. Chris Hansen goes over to Onision's crib. Chris Hansen then says, "Can we talk?" Onision says no. In fact, Onision then calls the police. He said, "Yo, there's somebody stalking me there outside my crib." The police said, "Who?" He said, "Chris Hansen." The police said, "Who?" But see, Onision couldn't really do anything about this because Chris Hansen is just a guy. And it's perfectly legal to knock on someone's door and say, "Can I interview you?" But this is actually part of the problem as well. Chris Hansen just being a guy. He's just that. He is a guy who interviews people. Even though he has all this fame surrounding him catching cupcake chasers, he actually doesn't really catch the cupcakes. His show kind of broadcasts the cupcake chasers on like a national platform, but the police are the ones that do the investigations and do all the catching. So Chris Hansen with just his YouTube show technically doesn't really have power, but him broadcasting these cupcake chasers on a national scale is a good thing. It's technically more legitimized in the public opinion. It's not just some random YouTuber doing it, it's Chris Hansen. So news outlets are gonna say, yo, Chris Hansen just caught Onision doing some wild stuff, being a cupcake chaser. And this is a great thing. But why I say, again, it's a not so great thing is because people actually think Chris Hansen can do something to these cupcake chasers, especially the girls who Onision was cupcake chasing. In fact, Chris Hansen tells one of these girls to send her laptop with evidence of Onision cupcake chasing to one of his associates named Vincent.
No, send it to the police. He shouldn't have done that. No, you send it to the police. You don't send it to somebody else.
Sends her laptop over. She never gets her laptop back. It turns out this dude, Vincent, is a con artist. Chris Hansen apparently gets conned too. He says, what? I didn't know he was gonna do all that. Apparently the dude Vincent claimed that he was gonna get the evidence to the FBI and all that. He never did it. So the girl says, "Give me my laptop back." Vincent says, "Oh, okay, here you go." But this made people realize, oh, Chris Hansen is just an interviewer. Regardless of that, the damage was done to Onision's reputation. Chris Hansen calls Onision a cupcake chaser. So YouTube demonetizes all of Onision's videos. They say, great, that is what we needed to get him out of here. But too late, YouTube. Because see, what happens next is a lawyer comes out and says, on behalf of some of these girls, we're suing Onision, Kai, and YouTube. Now, first of all, I say on the behalf of some of these girls because it gets a little confusing. There's multiple different cases, it gets a little confusing. So we're just gonna say some of these girls are suing Kai, Onision, and YouTube. Now, why they're suing YouTube is because the lawyer, how the lawyer puts it, is YouTube had a huge part in shutting this down. Remember everything I told you in this video. How does he get these cupcakes in the first place?
Is it YouTube's inbox system? Remember YouTube used to have an inbox system? Is it that? How he reached out to them?
Oh my god, it was that long ago?
Yeah, because YouTube used to have an inbox system, but they don't have it anymore. I wonder if it's because of this.
Maybe that's why they took it away. They were like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
Oh,
YouTube platform. So there's
right, like the actual channel itself. Yeah.
Yeah, you customize it and make it look so sick. And now
it's oh man, oh my god. Oh, holy shit. YouTube is so changed. I remember YouTube's old logo was a camera. A TV screen. It was just a TV. Remember that?
Oh, was it?
It was a TV.
I don't remember that.
It was on your, like, if you watch it on your iPod Touch or something, like an app for it, was like a brown TV. It looks stupid as shit. Yeah.
Saying, look, YouTube could have spotted this a long time ago.
That was like
Over the
2009.
many years, people have been coming out saying, yo, he's chasing cupcakes. He's being weird. He's admitted it on his videos. Y'all seen him with his little apology saying, yo, when's the last time I did that? All that. YouTube ain't do nothing about it because they were making money. In fact, even them demonetizing Onision's videos, they're still making money. YouTube goes, oh snap. Patreon and Twitter say, that's why we banned him early, son. They can be found liable for fostering disordered environment. That's why YouTube does age restrictions and all that. They do not want the smoke. TikTok, Instagram, this is why your favorite creators can't say certain things. This is why in this video, I gotta censor a lot of the videos. Social media platforms rather just take the video down than the chances of a young person seeing it and the social media platforms getting sued. It's fair. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It is a tough situation, right? Well, let's get back to Onision. Onision basically leaves YouTube since his channel is demonetized and he's continuously getting sued. To this day, in fact, he's still getting sued. Now, since basically everyone banned him from like all platforms, that boy broke. So broke, he couldn't pay his lawyer. His lawyer came out and said, yeah, I dropped Onision because that boy broke. Onision said, now come on, now, you got to call me broke. I'm just getting a new lawyer. Other lawyers said, you got any money? He said, They said, nah, we good. So now Onision is representing himself in court. Now, like I said in previous videos, remember, there's two different types of court. There's civil cases and there's criminal cases. He's in for civil cases. He's getting sued. That means he can't go to jail, or he just might lose money. Criminal cases is when you go to jail. The police have to do an investigation and the state has to actually go against you. This isn't the case for Onision, because courts want to win cases. Even though it may seem like there's all this evidence against Onision, it's a little bit tougher than it seems, because for the same reasons that EDP, the cupcake chaser, isn't in jail, these are YouTube videos. Like, everything is documented on YouTube. All he has to say is, yo, nah, they just YouTube videos, they just fake. The girls can show the text of him being a weirdo. He said, no, that's just a character I play. Now, from my knowledge, civil cases can't be used in criminal cases, but if he loses that civil case of him being a weirdo and him having to pay all these girls money for basically being in a relationship with them, when he's at an age where he knows better, they're at an age where they don't know better, and kind of being manipulative and basically scarring them. But again, that's if they win. Hopefully they do, but the case again is still ongoing and anything can happen. All that being said, there's like a million other things Onision has.
Yeah, it's a really difficult situation, right? Because that's what happens to like a lot of people in after the fact, because there's also statute of limitations and discovery and things like that too. So are you looking at your arm? What are you looking at? I got so distracted.
Oh, no, my arm was itchy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
I thought your arm was
listening.
hurt or something, because you were like so focused. I was like, oh, are you okay? Like, okay.
No.
I took it because I care. My bad. I thought you just itchy and scratchy. My bad.
Yeah. There's a fly in the area. It makes me itch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it just motherfucker moves weird, and like it's just really sad to see that like some people are affected, but it's also a W that he a broke boy and that he gets sued to high hell. And it's like karma, bitch. Okay. Sucks that he did those things, but kind of like a good amount of karma.
Now he broke, can't afford lawyer, can't afford to pay them back.
Yep.
Cooked.
Done, but this isn't that type of channel. This is more like an overview.
Yeah, at least it's something. Because like if it's not gonna be jail time, at least like he's miserable. Like I'll take at least that, right? Like if we don't get something, at least get something.
At least the first wife got our money.
Yeah, first one got his money. Yep.
Thank God. Should have got more.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, she actually should have. After all of this, yeah, she should have got paid more. God
Imagine
damn.
what she went through as the first person too. And after we saw those messages where he's like, I'm gonna chain you up against the wall for a week with a sign around your neck. Like, imagine what she went through now, right?
Do you know what the thing is? He might have just got worse over time.
That's true too.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe the first wife was just like a bit like, nah, I'm not really feeling this a divorce, but then he just got.
No, let's not give him too much leeway on that.
Yeah, it's true. Like,
he
was a horrible person
psycho,
day one.
right? Because the relationship right after that, and then he ended up grooming kids who were 14 years old. Like, it's
yeah.
He might have always just been a sick bastard. We don't know, but like, just no benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
He put the bitches on contracts. Sorry, women on contracts. They ain't bitch. He's a bitch. Sorry, he a bitch who put them on contracts. So.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, that's true. Hey, yo. That's
now,
insane.
okay, we've covered David Dobrik, we've covered Johnny Somali, we've covered Jack Dorothy, we've covered EDP, we've covered Shane Dawson, and now Onision.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop at this
Everybody
6.
off.
Now, like I told y'all before, the plan is to rank which one of these YouTubers is the worst, the second worst, so on and so forth. Now, I've decided.
Who would you say is the worst out of those 6?
Good question. Let's go back and like have them on the screen.
Ooh.
Okay, well,
Yo.
it's hard because 2 of them almost killed people. So it's like, does that go higher than cupcake activity, or does that go lower?
But then you need to think, as worse, is murder worse or is being a nonce worse?
Yeah, right? That's where it comes down to for me.
I mean, being a nonce is worse.
Okay.
I agree, but then also killing someone is pretty bad, especially if they're innocent.
Because David Dobrik also had the scenario where his friend essayed girls who were inebriated and he was filming in the other room. So he was like aware that it was happening. And then also was outside the door when they were and making fun of it and filmed that too. So he was like aware the girls were drunk. He's aware that they got them drunk. He was aware that they were too inebriated to walk into the bedroom, so the guy had to like carry them in. And they all made fun of it on the outside of the door. And he filmed them making fun of it outside the door of the room. Right? So it's like he has that, and then he has the crane thing where he almost killed his friend with the crane. Right?
Oh yeah, God, he did. Yeah.
So I'm like, that's a little
And
hard
then
for
you've
me.
got
Because like
the
that's
2
pretty
nonces as well.
right. And then we got EDP and then Onision. And also Shane Dawson too, because he also was
Oh yeah, with his cat and
and then he was also like kissing kids at meet and greets.
Yo, you know what? This might be a crazy thing to say. I think Jack Doherty might be the best person on this list.
You know what's fucked up? I kind of agree.
How insane is that to say?
But then again, he manipulates women who are 17 turning 18. And on their night of their birthday, he
Jack
waits
Doherty.
until it hits midnight to make them sign contracts so he can e-pimp them.
Maybe Johnny Somalia might be the best on this list.
Oh no! Oh no! Dude, they're all
He
so
might just
fucking
be.
shit.
We're all short. This is just shit.
Because these other brothers were manipulating young women,
Yeah.
where he only manipulated foreign lands. I mean, it's still very bad, but at least it weren't minors.
I think Johnny Somali is the most annoying, but I
Yeah,
think he might be
yeah.
the least dumb in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually don't know. That's
I think I would
actually
put-
really
Who would
hard.
be the top? Onision?
That's what
I think Onision's top. Then I think it's Onision, Shane Dawson, David Dobrik, then Jack Doherty, Johnny Somali. Yeah.
was EDP coming?
Wait, yeah. Well,
Oh,
you just
EDP, sorry.
Gucci?
EDP,
Well, we love that man.
EDP would go probably under
We
David
love that
Dobrik,
man.
right?
Was it? No, he was a nonce though.
It was it, yeah. And he's still doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Like-
so he goes above David Dobrik, but below.
But then again,
Shane Dawson?
David Dobrik also, like, I don't want to say poisoned, but like, you know what I mean? New girls were being basically raped. So it's a bit like,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yep.
And that's disgusting. You know what I mean?
That's like what's hard
And
for
then
me.
so
like,
is EDP.
That's so like they're all right? It's
Do you know
like,
what? They're all, let's just put them all in S tier as like S tier being the shit.
Yeah, they're the
like,
goats. Let's go.
yeah, they're
It's
the
their
goats of
baby.
being
Or
awful.
F tier then. Yeah, S for awful. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. That's, I don't know. That's.
God, they huh? Jesus. Damn. Because all I'm thinking about is like EDP was sending shit pics to 13-year-olds. What the fuck is wrong with these
Yeah.
We need to do like
Yeah.
a tier list for this, but we need to put just different categories. This person I would stone to death. This person,
Hey, yo.
lethal injection. This person,
under the prison?
Like, maybe
this
we-
person, the wood chipper. I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
okay, this
Electric
person
shock.
gets shanked by a rusty spork whilst getting absolutely railed behind by a dude named Tyrone. Something along the lines of that.
40,000 horses. The
The
40,000 men out there
40,000
horses.
40,000 horses! Oh, we get the 40,000 horses treatment! Oh my god! Oh my
Every
god!
single one of them.
Yeah, you know what?
Gets the
Give
Khaleesi
boy
treatment.
Onision 40,000 horses treatment. That's what I'm saying.
Where's yeah, literally. Where's Khaleesi's man? Let's just get him to rape him. See how they like that.
Damn. Damn.
Worse, so on and so forth.
yo.
Now, I've decided we're gonna do it together. What I'll do at some point in the near future is we'll do a live video, we'll rank them together, discuss it as a community, and see if we can
love
come
that
to
for
some
him.
common consensus. That being
some
said,
good content.
see ya.
He's great. Love Zevi on this channel.
See ya.
Oh, look, it's us.
Man, that is us again.
Oh, look at Shane
double.
Dawson and us. Oh, shit, it's us again.
Come on.
Damn.
We'll make it to our own recommended. Love to see it.
That's sick. Let's go. But for real though, everybody, thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with us while we people who are terrible people, because that's the vibe. Sometimes you just want to bitch about dumb motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just nice to bed rot with the besties, talk some trash about some trash people, and have a good time. And I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all spilling the tea with us. Y'all putting your comments and your opinions too are awesome. We love interacting with y'all. We do read the comments here on this channel. Do I do it on my other channels? Sometimes. But this one, I tend to read pretty often because it's really cool to see like the community grow the way that it is. And yeah, we appreciate y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out all of our social
Unless
medias.
you're a nonce, then don't come back.
Yeah, if you're a nonce, bye. I was gonna say something crazy there for a second, but I
But
stopped.
still put down in the comments that you're gonna sub. So sub for sub.
Bye. Bye. We're ending. Bye.